All the cycles.
Podcast. Spell backwards.
Lead. Dumb. Lead. Dumb. Lead. Dumb.
What's that I hear? Is it part 2 of the newest mailbag episode? It is! Welcome to Pod LEDOM. That's Top Model Podcast spelled backwards. I'm Lex Basile Price.
I'm Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
And I'm JW Crump.
And this is part 2 of our mailbag episode.
So much mail that we had to split it up.
It was overflowing.
And so we're going to get right into it because I'm assuming that you somehow are watching these back to back, even though there's probably an episode in between them. But before the first one, let me just say that it's been pointed out, and I've noticed that sometimes when we respond to your wonderful emails at podledom@gmail.com, our responses go to your spam folder. So if you think to yourself, hey, they never responded, there's the off chance that we never did if it was a super quick email that was just like, hey guys, I discovered you and you loved you, even though we usually respond to those as well. Check your spam though. We try to respond to all of them within at least a couple of weeks' time at the very, very latest. Yeah.
Yes.
But a lot of people have told us that the response went to spam because then if I've ever followed up to be like, hey, do you mind us putting this in the mailbag or whatever? Then they get that one.
Yeah.
So just check your spam.
Gmail just gets nervous.
They're like, who is this contacting you? Why would you have this in your... This sounds suspicious. Poodle Dom, what?
It's like, what? Have either of you ever used WhatsApp?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If someone new who is not in your contact list on WhatsApp sends you a message, WhatsApp sets out an Amber Alert. They are like,
Suspicious activity.
This is not your friend.
Yeah, that's because WhatsApp is used by like phishing accounts and like bots and things. My favorite thing, talking about, I'll say this one. My favorite new things that I do is whenever I get a spammy text message that's like, hi, I don't have this number in my phone. I know it's spam. So I respond with a crazy story where they're like, is this Nicole? And I'm like, who are you? And they're like, oh yeah, Nicole, we did that bank heist job together. I'd love to get back to you, but I'm actually dealing with a court case. So like, I can refer to you to someone else. Stop contacting. They always stop. It's my favorite thing to do is just to come up with stories to trick them.
It's so fun.
I recently got a text from a number I didn't know that was like, hello, Susie. This is the wine shop texting you to let you know your Cabernet has arrived. And I was like, wrong number. And they were like, this isn't Susie with the Cabernet. And I was like, nope. And they're like, oh my God, thank you for responding. You're such a nice person. Have an amazing day. And I was like, I want to know more. And I will also be so content to never know anything else.
Susie sounds like they're living their best life, though. I love that.
Getting texts from the wine shop? Yes.
Susie, we have to tell Susie the Cabernet's here. This first one is from Jenny, who wanted to answer a question I posed in a previous episode. I wanted to weigh in on JW's Q. Oh, that's the perfect acronym. JWQ. About listeners and their viewing habits. I have been pretty familiar with cycles up to about 9, like too familiar, and loosely familiar with the following few cycles as well from a lot of marathons, watching on cable, but because they were free on Prime, I'd watch the episode the day before a new podcast episode came out, maybe sometimes 2 at a time. I haven't ever seen that much of Anne's cycle, so that was my first experience without too much knowledge, almost like a completely new cycle for me, since all episodes are not all available for free anymore. And I don't have as much interest in buying episodes. Fair enough.
Fair.
Wouldn't do it if we didn't have to.
Yeah. It's been totally weird listening with little to no context, yet fun at the same time. I can't wait for y'all to discuss the next cycles and their insanity. Who knows? Maybe all these streaming services will get their business together and have more than a few random cycles here and there. Don't they know what a big deal Pod LEDOM is? Thanks. Love y'all.
You know what? If y'all want to just start tweeting at Amazon Prime Video and Hulu.
Well, I also don't know who licenses the streaming rights.
I mean, I appreciate that Prime has all the cycles except for the last 2 in some way available.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's helpful for us until cycle 23, which is currently crosses fingers on Hulu.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to worry about it. It's just, I would also truly love to see because fans have told us they've purchased episodes to follow along. If all of a sudden there's this wild spike in like the college cycle and they're like, why are people now buying this? Truly.
Yeah, it's funny too because during the pandemic I think the numbers went way up, and maybe that has some reason why it's no longer on streaming services, because theoretically licensing got more valuable
Maybe
of the show.
I truly love y'all who are still listening along without watching the episodes, because there are people in my life who want to support the things that I do, and they ask me about the podcast, and I'm like, look, if you didn't watch Top Model, I don't know how much you're going to get out of this.
Yeah.
I point them towards the Wig, the Bitch, and the Nightmare episodes, or the Smize Cream episodes. I'm like, go for it. It's, if you really want to know the darkest that a human heart can be, seek those out. But
Hannah Jane, I have to point out that you called that book "And the Nightmare," which it is.
It was
Which
us.
it is,
It was our
though.
nightmare.
It was a meltdown and a nightmare.
Yeah, I've had friends who have also wanted to support this because supportive friends are lovely folks that I happen to be lucky enough to have in my life. And I'm just like, just share it on your social media. And then the 1 or 2 people you know.
Yeah, share it and give a review, give a rating, listen to an episode, give a rating.
But God bless y'all who are just doing it for the pod now.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, we got a story time, strap in, from Josh about Jimmy Cranky. Love the podcast so much. I discovered you during lockdown, and you helped me keep sane as I listened to the entire back catalog while on my daily walks. Another walker. I wonder what that's like. Listening to Cycle 18, I was reminded of a very weird night I spent at a gay bar in my city. They were holding the semifinal of Drag Idol, a national competition for amateur drag queens. They had advertised a special guest celebrity judge, and imagine my surprise when out comes Jimmy Cranky in full Scottish schoolboy drag. The whole thing was surreal as she stayed in character the whole night, offering feedback. The word fandabby-dozy was used a number of times. At the end of the show, the host asked us all to stick around as there was a very special performance happening later. In true drag show style, it was an hour and a half late, but it was worth it. Out came the woman who had been dressed as a schoolboy earlier in full Madonna drag. You know what? She was fantastic. Live vocals, full dance routines, and everything. She is better than some professional full-time Madonna tribute acts I've seen.
Good for them.
Wow.
Wow. And she must have been quite old when this happened. So good for her.
That's fantastic.
I love that character is something that so many people have some experiences with, and I just had no cultural touchstone
I feel like it would
for.
almost be like a Pee Wee Herman of a thing for us. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I guess
That's
Elvira
right.
is drag too, so.
Yeah. I loved it. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's really cool.
That's fantastic.
I wish there was video. Next, we have a piece of mail from Rebecca, whose friend attended Cycle 17 events. One of my friends, an ANTM superfan, lived in LA when All Stars was being filmed and was able to go to 2 events. I looked back over the messages he sent me at the time. We used to touch base after each episode aired.
Oh.
He was in the audience for the premiere episode live judging panel. You can spot his big curly hair in the front of the audience a few times.
Did he scream, "Fuck you, Alex"?
Well, he said that he thought the booing for Alexandria was added post-production. He never heard any booing or any negative reaction to the models. The audience was never told that they had the power to determine who was sent home by voting. They were not surveyed about their opinions. They just had those interview segments from the Jays and were never told that those interviews would affect the results of the show. He said the audience went nuts for Nicki Minaj. He sent me a pic of the invitation. The filming was on May 11th, 2011 at the event deck at LA Live. Audience had to check in at 5 and the show started at 8.
Oof.
Goodness.
He was also able to attend the perfume event that they did, the one where the girls were in bathtubs. He was in a group that was being interviewed by Eva and Nigel about one of the girls. He said that they were edited to make it look like they were looking at Lisa, but they were actually looking at Allison. He was so excited to meet Allison and got to talk to her during this event. He said she even gave him a hug after the shooting was over.
I actually am surprised to hear that the booing was added in, like the stuff from the LA Live event.
Yeah.
That is mind-blowing, truly.
Well, they didn't know.
That person who screamed at Alexandria, it literally must have been the only person who did anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why we called it so clearly. It's just everyone else was like, yay.
But the fact that they took Allison fans and made them appear to be Lisa D'Amato fans.
Summary of the show.
And just another story of Allison being lovely. All right. This next one is from Daria, who had a Tyra epiphany. I recently had an epiphany about Tyra's behavior on the show and would like your opinion on it. I really dislike Tyra's shenanigans, especially during judging. I find them so awkward that I usually look away from the screen during her panel introduction and the skits because I just can't take it. Recently, I was in a very tense professional meeting with a group of people, and the person in charge opened the meeting by making some jokes, lighthearted conversation. It was very silly, but we were grateful for it because it helped ease the tension and loosen people up. I wonder if that is what Tyra is doing. If all those accents, weird voices, silly, stupid bits are her trying to give the models some breathing room in this tense situation. I still cringe at them, but I like the idea that it might help the models be a bit more comfortable. Am I giving Tyra too much credit? Probably. But what do y'all think?
I don't disagree that she might do that to kind of like loosen people up.
I think we've even seen some very specific times we pointed it out too.
The problem is we've also seen her do it in interviews with people where she feels uncomfortable. So I think it's sometimes she's trying to loosen herself up as well.
Oh, okay.
I feel awkward. What will help?
I guess an accent. Bonjour.
I do think that Tyra's goofy. I think she's a goofball. I think she's a dork. And I think that
what a
that
shame
is something...
she doesn't value it in anyone else.
I was just about to say. But I think I have this feeling, and now I'm digging too deep, I think. But I have this feeling that that's who she's always been, but modeling zaps some of that from her. And now it's always kind of trying to express itself, but she also knows it's not supposed to be expressed, and that's why she doesn't like it in other people and the contestants.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like erased out of her. Where, you know, she was told exactly what a model should be, the personality of a model. I don't know,
she was still throwing hair clips.
Well, and then she probably got reprimanded.
But that was fierce.
Because she shook it fiercely. So I wonder, to JW's point, is it that she has to rein in natural instincts and we just see these like blips? And then and her being angry that other people get to be dorky. Because she has it out for dorks.
Oh, yeah.
She also... shocking, I know the thing I'm about to say, lacks some emotional maturity.
Yeah.
What?
Well, and which sort of makes sense if you think of someone starting their career as a teenager, that they might have missed out on certain experiences, because it comes off really juvenile a lot of the time. And I do think that's part of it as well.
I think one of the best moments was Cycle 1 when they were all like talking with Tyra, kind of having the slumber party in their PJs, and they all got together, and she was like, and I let out the teeniest bit little fart, guys. And everyone's like, Tyra. I think that's
heat wave
where it lives well. You know, I do think that moments like that, Tyra is good, but I think she got positive feedback for it and didn't know how to regulate.
I think she didn't know necessarily why it was good. So therefore it didn't like register the difference between something like that and something like pouring water on someone's head.
But I got to give it to Tyra. Would we be talking about her? Would we still be interested every time she opens her mouth if she didn't do stuff like this? I don't think so.
No, I don't think the show would have.
Sometimes it's problematic, but most of the time it's just dumb fun. It's just dumb. Most of it's just dumb.
Now, a lot of it's cringe, but yes.
Oh, so much of it is cringe.
But the internet's made for cringe. She was cringe pre-cringe being a thing.
Mhm.
Pre-memes.
Yeah.
I almost said premium. Premium. Premium.
Is that something? Get back to me.
Guys, Smythe, Tooch, Premium.
Premium.
The next letter is from Portia, who has some tea on Camille's all-star care package of bills.
Finally.
Camille's elimination episode was edited so poorly to set up Camille's elimination and try to show the storyline that she's so uptight and serious. Camille received other items like some of the other girls did, but production focused on the bills because they wanted to portray her as so much older and her head not being in the competition. Camille, like Brittany, owned a business at the time and had responsibilities.
Oh, that makes so much sense. I also wonder if everyone else also got similar care packages full of bills and other responsibilities stuff, and they just didn't show it.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense.
And part of that, I think, is, unfortunately, I think Camille will give it to you. You know what I mean? Where she will say, like, oh, Bill. You know what I mean? She will give them the footage that maybe the other ones didn't.
Sure.
Instead of Shannon's fun sweaters.
Yeah. Shannon just shreds those bills like a little retriever. I have so many teeth.
Next, we have a message from Jesse, who I assume is a lovable stoner, who found an incredible video. And y'all, I'm so excited. I just finished the latest episode, and I thought y'all should know that on YouTube, Tyra has videos explaining the ANTM dictionary. It's so funny to me. Maybe you guys can check it out. Oh, Jesse, you know we did. Link is below, and it's Tyra explaining pot LEDOM.
Welcome to Top Model's Dictionary Hour, where I describe and explain the history and the meanings of all the crazy, insane words we fought up over the course of our 19 cycles. Our next word is a word that has to do with why I'm backwards right now. Pot LEDOM. Pot LEDOM is a twist on Top Model. And you know what? I don't think you deserve for me to tell you what that means. You need to figure it out yourself. 19 cycles, many words made up. I know you have some that you think are fierce, ferocious, smizelistic, fantastic, with absolutely no drecitude that are wonderful H2T. And if you do, hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, darling, whatever you choose. Google Plus, hashtag ANT. Until next time.
I think we have a reason why she's so wet. It's because apparently everything was filmed underwater. The way she moves.
Jesse, this video is so good. When she says that she's backwards, it means she's facing away from camera.
She was just facing the wall, arms outstretched, T-posed.
Filmed on the wall in the judging room that has all of her branded phrases. And see, this is why I'm gonna say that she's not just doing bits to break the ice.
Yeah.
I love that she was like, I'm going to give you all the definitions, but for this one, she's like, and I think you should have to figure this one out. I'm like, so you didn't even define it.
Deserve for me to tell you.
Are we cash pigs? What is going on? And then for her to go, or Google Plus.
Oh, the last, because you know she forgot to say it. And some poor producer was behind her. Plus, Google Plus.
This is a thing we did for a month. Google Plus.
Oh my God. The fact that she is supposed to be explaining what and she doesn't know. She doesn't know why she did this, but now she's stuck with it.
Yeah, I feel like she's always stuck with the one she doesn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very true.
Yes.
I think that's very, very true. She wanted us all to say tooch.
But she made such a big deal out of pot LEDOM.
But here's the thing. I think she did, and she meant it to be a one episode stupid thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kept being.
Also, the appropriation of Drecitude from Andre Leon Talley when they are not even there anymore.
We came up with it, right?
Uh-huh.
We own every word you come up with.
It more than he wanted to.
There's a portmanteau clause in your contract if you're a judge on Top Model. Tyra owns all your...
Always, yeah.
All made up words are now the property of Bankable Productions.
Oh, thank you so much for sending that That's incredible. The next one is from Miranda in Canada, and it says, "Hey, Lex, JW, and Hannah. I have been a huge fan of America's Next Top Model since the very first cycle aired in 2003, and I recently learned about this podcast as I was in the middle of yet another annual binge. I'm not a big podcast person, as I tend to favor visual media, but I thought it might be fun to supplement my rewatch with some added commentary this time around. And I must say, you guys are my new favorite people on the planet. I love hearing the iconic quotes that you choose to introduce yourselves each episode. I love your hilarious takes on the contestants, judges, photo shoots, challenges, and recurring characters in the Top Model universe. I love your ability to point out funny little moments and sound bites I somehow never noticed before. I love your collective thirsting for Jim DeYonker and Mike Rosenthal. I tuned into Pod LEDOM as I was starting up Cycle 14 and have now listened to all the subsequent episodes up to the most recent one, so I thought I'd throw it back to Cycle 6, aka the best and most iconic cycle in the history of America's Next Top Model. I've never had a close relationship with anyone who loves the show as much as me, and I can only subject my partner to so much of it. And now I feel like I have a new circle of friends to join me in laughter as I savor each moment of the best reality TV show that has ever existed." Aw, thank you so much for sending that, Miranda.
Yeah, we'll always thirst after normies.
Hot normies.
I mean, sure, but Jim and Mike are like so normal compared to everyone else on this show.
The people who bring a little bit of low-key sanity to the proceedings.
I think, honestly, at the end of the day, that's what we thirst after. Is
people
like
that we would feel safe around on set.
A pillar of normal.
Oh, wow. You seem really reasonable.
Stable.
Your expectations, meetable.
Me doable. Wait, so the journey of the podcast is start with 14, came to 19, back to 6. That's a new one.
That's some good chaos listening, truly.
Yeah.
And that's the cycle I would live. One day I watch Top Model for pleasure again. That'll be the cycle.
Imagine.
You pointed it out, but I truly love our quote. When we discovered that we were going to use quotes to come into to introduce ourselves was one of the most genius things I think we did.
I also want to say, if you go back and listen to our very first episode, covering the first 2 episodes of Cycle 1, a lot of the recurring elements were things that did happen in the moment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like even Hannah ending by saying, "And we'll see you on top."
That was not planned.
We didn't plan that at all.
That's just me, like Eva, being cute.
I'm sorry, Jen. No, but I love that. I think all of our most recurring, long-lasting bits have been things that happened organically. Yeah, Tyrone was a mistake.
Tyrone was a full mistake. Yeah. I remember canonically I hated it.
And now I forget the real word.
Yeah. And also, you know what else the quotes bring us? Joy, because we never share what our quotes are going to be.
Nope.
Not once.
And
sometimes
panic.
Fear when you're frantically trying to find one if somebody else uses yours.
Oh, yeah. We all pick 2 quotes and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Welcome to our ugly home.
Reddit is back for a historically hideous season.
It's our 100th ugly house. This place is mayhem. That is impressive.
And if these walls could talk,
Do you cry a lot?
I do.
they'd have a lot to say.
What in God's name is this pit?
Don't get too close.
You know, if you see the show, I'm scared of cat.
Ugliest House in America season premiere Wednesday at 8 on HGTV.
The next one is from Anastasia in Australia or Australia. Hi, Hannah, JW, and Lex. My name is Anastasia, but sometimes I ditch the Stasia, much like Melrose ditches that Issa. You don't need that, Stasia. I'm writing to say thank y'all so much for your Depriestless podcast. I just love listening to it. It's so nice to listen to.
Nice.
I'm from Australia, and since your episode on the Australian Accent CoverGirl Challenge, I can't stop saying captcha when I need to say captcha, which I never fail to find funny, but my friends remain perplexed and increasingly irritated by.
As it should be.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Wondering if you guys would consider doing a podcast episode that ranks all the times Tyra felt the necessity to over-explain the concept of screen grabs to the contestants over the cycles.
I love how niche that is.
Oh my gosh. Something just for the fans and for no one else. I will say I've toyed with the idea. I do a decent amount of video editing. Just like Lex is just a whiz with sound editing. And I've often thought, I'm watching these anyway. Why not mark the time codes and then later go down and download and make some super cuts like some people did of the mispronunciation of Cat's name in Cycle 10. You know, it's fun, but I haven't. But that would be a really funny one that people would be like, why is this here? But the listeners would be like, we know exactly why it's here.
For me, it's just that she never is consistent with how she explains it. It's always slightly different.
Well, it's like she's rediscovering it every time.
Yeah.
Like they hand her the photos and she's like, how do we do this? What are they?
A video. And so the words we hear are just the different PAs that have to hand it to her.
Exactly.
Aaron says, screen grab, and George says screen capture.
I wonder, if Tyra at some thought that grab and capture were different and that she was being like technically accurate.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Different programs.
Yeah. If we get to a cycle where she's like, these are screen grabs, but I'm also giving you a screen capture, and everyone's like, what?
This one comes with a Pokeball.
Next, we have Natalie, who's watching Cycle 18 for the first time.
Ooh.
Hello, but in a British accent. I'm not going to do the whole email like that.
Yeah.
I've been a longtime fan and thought I'd reach out for a couple of reasons. The first to say that your episode covering the first episode of Cycle 18 made me laugh out loud several times in the grocery store.
Nice.
I wish there was a podcast that recapped your podcast in the same format so they could use "Why were the George Washington bottoms a gold sequin miniskirt?" as an opening quote. This is actually the first time I've watched Cycle 18. The only one I'd seen post All-Stars was 22 for Niall and Niall alone. Fair.
Sure.
And I'm planning to pretend it's 2012 again when it first aired and watch one episode every week before your podcast drops. This excitingly coincides with my rewatch of The Challenge, where they do a USA versus UK season, or the World's 2.
Oh, yeah.
And watching it side by side with ANTM actually makes the nonsense of ANTM seem less ridiculous. Tyra might have a strange idea of what Britain is, but at least they don't talk every week about how they're ready to die for their country like the challenge contestants do.
That is a fair point.
And I'm going to throw in this one little bit. On that show, they sometimes had to switch teams and therefore had to leave their they made it a whole thing where they were abandoning their country.
Oh my God.
God, they had a word for it too. It wasn't
traitor.
Betrayal. It was like traitor though, or something like that.
Treason?
Honestly,
yeah, it was wild.
It was so funny. And one time a contestant revealed that they were staying with their country by pulling down their pants and having that flag as underwear.
Yep.
Keeping it classy.
Yep. Oh, if there's one word we could use for the challenge.
That's the secret question on the citizenship test.
You actually don't have to take the test if you wear flag underwear. You just be like, what? Would I do this if I wasn't a citizen?
As a dual citizen, you're not wrong.
Awesome. All right, the next one is from Joseph, who voted during the college cycle. Since we're talking about the college cycle, here's an obligatory "Let's go UMass Amherst." So I was watching Cycle 19 live and thought this information will be helpful when discussing the rest of the cycle. The cycle was filmed from June to July 2012, so most of the models weren't actually missing classes for the show, which is nice. Here's how the voting worked. Oh, finally. Every Tuesday and Friday at 12 p.m., there would be an update on cwtv.com/voting with a new crop of images. Each image had a star vote from 1 to 10 and a place to leave commentary. I was a freshman in high school running to the computer lab, so I remember it well. It is so silly that the judges make it seem like we're a fourth judge and have opinions about walks, personality, and house drama because we literally know nothing but the models' names and their portfolio. Signed, Joseph Houlihay. Now I'm JW too. Mm-hmm. They wrote that. That is both what I thought, but not what I thought, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It also it reveals how much Brian Boy is reaching.
Yeah.
When they act like the people who are leaving comments and voting have opinions personally about the contestants.
Your fans don't do this and your fans do that.
We have seen some what are called plea videos that apparently the models each had to individually film that were less than a minute long generally and were just like, please vote for me. And there was some, like, poor Brittany in one of them talked about a family's brush with cancer, I believe. Like,
Yeah.
they got very, I don't blame Brittany or any of the contestants, but they got very, I have to tell my sob story to stay in the competition, which got cringe. But also apparently they only did it for like 3 rounds.
Because they realized it was dumb. Also,
Maybe.
when they did them, because we saw these, when they did them for the first episode, they made them do it while their head was through the wall.
My God.
It's so surreal.
It looks
It's
like
so
a
awful.
hostage video.
Literally.
Look, you change the lighting and the music, and that's some like David Lynch shit.
Yeah. And what's funny too is we had that one episode where someone, I think, called Kiara like a tough chick and said anyone who calls himself tough isn't. And maybe that's what she's. I didn't watch all the plea videos because honestly, they're hard to watch
They're
in a
uncomfortable.
not fun
Yeah.
way. Yeah. I'm glad they're all available on the internet so that we know that they exist.
In a top model, an official top model channel. It's weird that they're still up.
Neither of you voted during the college cycle, right?
No.
I don't remember doing it.
I have not voted. Have I voted for anything? Yes. The only thing I voted for
President?
on reality TV.
Got it.
I actually have voted in every election I've been eligible to.
And some I haven't.
Brag. I'm the future Republicans hate. No, I think the only reality show I've voted for is America's Favorite for Big Brother.
Oh, I voted for Big Brother before.
But other than that, American Idol, no. So You Think You Can Dance, no.
So You Think You Can Dance was the only one I was tempted by, but I never have.
I think I might have Kelly Clarkson voted.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like American Idol.
Those
I watched
text
the first
message rates were just very intimidating.
Yeah,
I always had an unlimited plan.
I always truly wanted to know what it did. Like if it gave you like a message back that was like, "You did it, champ," or whatever. I don't know. I just wanted validation, and it literally would be like, "Good," like tabulated. You're like, "Oh,
okay."
It should have been like, thanks from Kelly or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they went to a lot of work, I'm sure. All right, here's from Brian, a child of the 80s. Oh, as we are. As a child, born in the 80s, I was witness to Tyra Banks' rise to stardom in the 90s. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Does anyone remember her CoverGirl ad campaign that pitted her in a competition against other models to be the next CoverGirl? Because I sure do remember those series of commercials, which started with a group of girls and slowly, week by week, sound familiar? Eliminated girls until one girl stood above the rest, Tyra. Each week, a new commercial would air and we would see the girls that survived. I swear this has to be the catalyst for Tyra creating a televised model competition. I've never seen anyone talk about these commercials, so I'm starting to believe I made them up. But they are so clear in my mind, I swear this is what gave Tyra the idea for Top Model.
Wow.
Also, does anyone remember that the Top Model website used to post the pictures of the model chosen for the cycle before the cycle aired?
Yeah.
Every cycle, I would check the pictures and make my predictions about who would win. I was always wrong. I always found it odd, since it would then take away from the first episode, wondering which girls would make it. Anyway, it was always something to look forward to. Hey, they just posted the next group of girls. Oh, she's the quirky one. She's too commercial, etc., etc.
I do remember that. I started avoiding it to make the cycle more fun. But yeah, they would do the pre-makeover shots and just make those fully available like 2 weeks beforehand, I feel like.
I feel like if I was a different person, I might have done that. But like I said in the previous mailbag episode, I don't really engage with fandom on things, even things that I'm like really passionate about. That's not in my nature to like really jump in there.
Yeah, same. Even when they announced like the new cast of Drag Race, I'll sometimes take a look at the videos, but I'm like, I only ever make it through like 1 or 2.
Yeah, and I mentioned it in I think the previous mailbag part 1 of this, but I just it really tempts to ruin the show itself for me.
Yeah.
You know? Now on this CoverGirl competition,
fascinating.
If this is not some fever dream that you had,
I do not remember this. That being said, I do think it'd be a fascinating thing that it sounds like if it was real, and I do believe it's real. That's a lot for your brain to make up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do feel like it's probably scripted.
Yes.
And it was just, and Tyra was always going to be the model. But yeah, I mean, clearly this helped her come up with this if this was something she participated in. How could it not? I bet Tyra was like, could we just do this?
Yeah.
Hey, cover
hey,
girl.
cover girl.
Exactly.
That is truly, truly fascinating. I kind of wish I remembered more about the time that Tyra was just the model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that memory. And part of that is because Top Model really flushed everything else out. Like, that's what my brain held on to.
And that's kind of
That
where I
and
first
for me,
saw her.
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I just thought she was a lawyer. Did I tell y'all that when, that movie theater that does clips of things before they do like a montage of related clips? Yeah. So there's a movie theater in New York and probably elsewhere that does clips that are related to the movie you're about to see. And I saw Megan, or Mithrigan, as I like to call it.
Mithrigan, yes.
And it was all doll movies. And they showed something from Life Size. And that was really fun. Yeah. The crowd went insane. That movie still slaps to people. Yeah.
This is from Yasmin, a fan from the UK. Dear JW, Lex, and Hannah. First, thank you so much for this amazing podcast. I've been listening to it nonstop for the past few months, and it is incredible to return to one of my favorite shows with your hilarious insight. I'm currently watching along with Cycle 18, which was always one of my favorites, as I am from the UK, and watched Britain's Next Top Model growing up.
Oh, cool.
Like many of your listeners, this podcast has got me through some very difficult times, and it really has felt like having a group of new friends. It was a great distraction and a real comfort. Even though, like most ANTM viewers, I have removed Cycle 19 from my memory, I cannot wait to experience it again through your podcast. Fierce in love, Yasmin.
Nice. I
Just
also
like us, that 19 brain wipe.
remember that time that Esther was there and she said she grew up in Israel, and Tara goes, oh, cool. I just did that to Yasmin. I was like, you watched Britain's Next Top Model growing up? Oh my God, how?
Where did you stream it?
So sophisticated.
That is fascinating, though, to think of, because obviously I'm thinking of it from an American's perspective. I wonder if people who grew up on Britain's Next Top Model really enjoyed British Invasion because it was kind of their all-stars.
Yeah.
I guess I just never know how available things are to other people. Because nowadays, if you have an international version of something, it's going to be on a streaming network somewhere, probably.
Hey, Taskmaster. Before they rip it back down.
Yeah. All right. The next 2 DMs I got, and I'll read them both in a row. First one is from Danny. Hi, JW. I'm never one to message my fave podcast host, but after hearing that LEDOM recently had its 3rd highest streaming week ever, I just had to let you know that I think I personally contributed to 24% of those streams. The Top Model math checks out. Just trust me on that. I religiously re-listen to the pod's catalog in chronological order because anything else would be asinine. And go back to Cycle 1 when I get called all the way up to the current day. I listen at work, at the gym, and each night y'all's voices help me get to sleep so I can peacefully snooch. That's a snooze tooch. Safe to say, you're my comfort pod. Congrats on all the success and thanks for all the laughs. You truly help me get through each and every day. Much love to you, Lex and Hannah.
Oh,
I love this dude. Sorry, that's just because I think I have a toddler and so many little kids like do that thing where they sleep with their butt fully in the air.
Up.
And that's a snooch.
That is a snooch.
And this one was from Sarah. I've been meaning to message y'all for a while, but I wanted to say that I started listening to LEDOM during quarantine and have enjoyed every episode. Your banter is so delightful, and I feel like I'm hanging out with my pals. Thanks for the parasocial relationship, LOL, and I look forward to listening to the most recent few episodes, which I've been banking for a long flight tomorrow. Also, I haven't seen the most recent season, and I think it really speaks to the quality of the show that I can still follow along.
Oh.
Keep up the good work, you hot ticket boys. So good, so round. That's good to know, because that was a thing
a concern
we
of ours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because, cycles 1 through, I'll say All-Stars, cycle 1 through All-Stars, people have a memory even if they aren't watching along. And at the time, they were so readily available to stream.
Yeah.
Usually, most people had a way to stream it. And now we're getting into the desert.
Yeah, and if you buy the seasons, fine. Like, that's good. But, like, I don't ever want to feel like listening to us forces you to have to buy the show.
Yeah.
Like,
we don't want to
that.
exclude people who don't want to
Exactly.
have a moral objection to.
Yeah.
I have a couple of friends, and I think I mentioned this once or twice on the podcast, who listen to our show who have still never seen Top Model. And that is truly fascinating to me. But I thank you for the compliment, Sarah,
Yeah.
that you can still follow along, because that was something that we considered super hard when we were, especially college was it. College was the one where they were like, guys, no one's seen it.
I also want to ask, do we need to incorporate more ASMR into the podcast if you're falling asleep to our wonderful voices? Like,
Snooch.
this is me opening my notebook with notes.
This is me giving out top photo.
Oh, you know what? If you want to find some quality content, go to JW's TikTok where he
Oh, thank you.
did reality show ASMR, and it's amazing.
One of them was a special request from me.
It was amazing.
I'll need to upload more of them because I filmed them for a source and now I can release them to the greater world. I was originally very, very fortunate to be paid, but I took shouting moments, like reality TV show arguments, and made them quiet. And it's really fun. Thank you. That's really sweet. Thank you, Lex.
Of course. All right, this one's from Nick, who has some revelations about Smice Cream.
Smice Cream update. It's been a while.
We took his wonderful email and made a list of some of the reveals. So I saw Tyra post about Smice Cream on Instagram, so I felt the need to go check the status of the Smice Cream website, smizendream.com/pages/dream.
Yeah. And so here's some of the biggest reveals that this listener.
Number one, Smice Cream is now Smizendream.
Sure is.
Number two, Tyra now explicitly states DJ Splits is based on her mom. Since they took away her sentience, that AI is now a different person.
Yep.
Poor TJ Splits.
Number three, her grandson Lil Y dreams of becoming an ice cream chef and entrepreneur. That's new. I'm pretty sure he wanted to be like a
fully new.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to be like an astronaut. Number four, there is a suggestion that Tyra has another book on the way.
Oh, lordy lord.
Why
If
subject us
that's
to it?
true, could you please release it within the next year and a half or
Please.
so? That feels like the amount of time we still have episodes
That
left.
would be very helpful, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Five, there are numerous awkward quotes, including "Bye bye Smizendream," "Hello Smizendream," and over time, Smizendream will slowly fade away, and the only thing that will be left standing is our refreshed Smizendream brand. It's a journey. I'm guessing she must have accidentally replaced every instance of the phrase Smize Cream on the website with Smizendream, but it backfired here.
I love that. It's like
Just
it's
find
like
and replace.
an inadequate parent trying to explain death to a child.
One day, Smizendream
It'll
will fade away,
away.
and all that will be left is Smizendream.
It's a journey. That is so funny that at the time of this person finding this, it hadn't
wrong.
been corrected.
Of course. Number six, favorite quote comes in the PS section.
As all websites
Of
have a
course,
PS
all
section.
have. We all have them. Who needs them? We've been having so much fun with Smize prizes and now have options with hidden pools of rich sauces.
Aw.
Something about this phrasing is so ominous, makes me think of surprise ketchup.
It does.
Well, I will say, I think that I remember seeing a Smize cream that just had the bottom of the container was just chocolate. So as though it got fucked up and you just had hard ass frozen chocolate at the
Yeah.
bottom.
One of those surprises got killed.
Someone complained and they were like, no. That's our new Smize surprise. A surprise pool.
I love JW's idea that this is the blood of surprises.
They finally collapsed under the weight of that dense ice
We
cream.
finally killed Hitler Surprisey. And number seven, another weird quote. Our prizes perfectly symbolize what our company stands for. Goal-getting and dream-catching. Inspiring people via our mentorship programs to set goals and go for their dreams. Mentorship program? Seems there is so much on the horse-mizen for Tyra in 2023.
Perfect joke.
I ended up
written.
Wait. Goal getting is not a thing. But it makes me think that Tyra thought the phrase go getter was goal getter.
Yep.
Yeah, that for
Yep.
sure is what it is.
Absolutely.
I ended up spending so much more time on the Smize and Dream website today than I anticipated, but I had to share this new DJ Splits tidbit and all the new revelations that came after. Thanks again for all the laughs over the years. To say that Smize Cream was our collective nightmare punishment would be understating the impact of Smize Cream on this show.
I love telling people who have never heard of Smize Cream about Smize Cream because they never believe me.
Nope.
I think it's time. I think this is the perfect time to reveal the one and only Pod LEDOM lost episode.
Yes.
We actually had a final part of Smize Cream. It was not nearly as much work as the other was because then it became readily
Easily
available
available.
for nationwide shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Did it in person, and sometimes, just like with all things, the tech decides no more.
Yep.
And it was unlistenably bad. It was just, it is one of those things
I
that
spent
happen.
I spent hours trying to
Lex
get
really
trying
tried
to
to
save its
save it.
life.
Yeah.
And
I was doing CPR on this episode for many rounds of staying alive.
And
Mhm.
honestly, I think Hannah Jane, I think you asked us, and Hannah Jane and I were like, I think this is a sign
Yeah.
that
Uh-huh.
we need to end our Smized prize.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
included, if you want highlights, it included another, of course, because we always had West Coast correspondent
Mhm.
of Smize Cream's Halloween runway
Party.
challenge party.
I just remember a lot of green.
Yeah, there was a lot of goop.
green.
hmm It
Mhm.
also included us
Marshmallow.
reacting to the AR surprises
Adventures in AR Surprises featuring Lionel Richie.
and some nasty fucking flavors. I think that's when we did chocolate barbecue,
Barbecue, yes it was.
which now has a different name.
I'll say this. The part you had me listen to, Lex, I remember thinking, tech issues aside, we sounded like our spirits were drained. And I'm okay with that being our lost episode. I'm okay. I think our tech did us a favor.
If that hadn't happened, we might have had to do Smize Cream
we would have had to
episodes
keep
until we died.
going.
And then we wouldn't have had this great email from Nick.
Yeah.
Come on.
Mhm.
And yes, do I still follow Smize and Dream? Yes. Is it
Oh,
now
yeah.
some weird money laundering scheme in
Yeah.
the UAE? For sure.
Maybe. Sure.
And do I think that this is Lex's conspiracy theory? Do I think that it had to be called Smize and Dream because the partnership in UAE was with Brunch and Cake, and so they wanted to bring it in line with the and thing? Yes, I do. I think this is all racket.
And did somehow cooler heads prevail and say Smize and Cream? Does that sound great?
Could you imagine Smize and Cream?
You know it was on the table. You know it was on the table.
What's even more wild about this Smize and Dream? No, I'm only going to call it Smize and Cream.
Smize and Cream.
What's wild is they have different flavors than they've ever released. So I don't even think this is the same fucking ice cream as it was here.
Now you pick your surprise.
Yeah, now
It's
you
just
pick
a
your surprise.
thing.
I mean, the best surprise is the one that you pick ahead of time.
Go get your surprise.
All right, I have two short messages. First is from Scorparius, who posted a comment directly on our Anchor.fm page about the Cycle 17 finale. I was shook for weeks the first time I watched this episode. I didn't talk about anything else for at least 48 hours. My brother watched it with me and was so confused.
And then,
Yeah?
and honestly, that was television. That
Yeah.
was a moment.
Yes. Yes, it was.
If that had happened now, social media would have shut down for like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Truly.
It is kind of sad that Tyra never got the chance to break the internet.
It happened in 2020 in the wrong way.
And only did us a favor.
I think that honestly, the Cycle 17, the All Stars finale, would not have been memorable if that hadn't happened.
No.
So for the TV show, I think it was a good thing. Obviously, for Angeli and all the story we know about the behind the scenes of it, devastating and terrible.
Mm.
Great TV.
And then we have a message from Dawn, who shared a post from Cycle 18's Ebony, who posted celebrating her 30th birthday because Dawn wanted us to know that she finally made it to 30, you guys.
Hooray.
I wish. Ebony Davis is so far beyond that show now.
Oh
She
my
does not need it, but I
God.
wish she had referenced it.
I wish he was like, and now I'm back to 18? Oh no.
Tyra, the
Hashtag
curse.
30 ever.
30 forever.
And then just tags Tyra. That's it. I would love it.
And then finally, to end mailbag part 2, Lillian gave us a great question. You've all talked about how you view things from a podcaster angle now instead of just as a fan. I'd love to hear more about that. Has it changed your viewing habits of other shows? Has doing the podcast changed anything else about how you go about things?
I'll start, and it's a toxic trait. I have started saying the phrase press play to my husband because that's what I'll say, because we pause a lot while we watch the show, take notes. And I have caught myself saying it in regular life when I want to continue, like to move on.
Fantastic.
And it's horrible. And I hate myself for it.
I think it's amazing that the two of you watch together. Every once in a while, my husband tries to talk to me while I'm watching for the pod, and I'm like, he gets immediate death stare. Why are you talking to me right now?
Yeah, my husband up in space tries to get good Wi-Fi, but it never works out at the right time. Everyone's so equally loved. Look, I think we overuse the word toxic, but that's actually pretty toxic.
That is really toxic.
Kind of wild. I actually think in some ways it's obviously impossible to watch Top Model without we just know too much now, and we notice too much, and our brains are tested to do that. It actually makes watching other shows a little bit more of a delight because I don't have my computer in front of me to type notes. I'm not pausing. I'm not doing this. It actually makes watching an episode of something after I watch an episode that we're about to do for the podcast, it makes that TV episode feel like it goes by in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because y'all, I know we mentioned it, but it takes so long to watch these episodes. Yeah. I log the time as work time because of how long it fucking takes.
And we don't want to get lazy doing it. Like,
no. Of course. And there are times where, if I'm prepping for the podcast and I'm tired, I'll realize I'm watching the episode like a regular TV show, and then I need to, rewind 2 minutes and figure out what I've missed.
Oh no, I accidentally enjoyed television.
But it gives you things that you never noticed before, and I love being able to share those things with y'all.
I also feel like it's made me more aware of ADR in everything. As just something to like key into.
I have thought a lot about the people who are crunching the captions. For sure. I'm a lot more aware of when I say
Oh yeah. Vocal tics have been especially as the one who edits the podcast.
Oh goodness, yes. I in terms of like doing a podcast for so long, I've definitely, and I think that longtime listeners would notice, like there are episodes that have slightly different energies in many directions, even whole cycles. I think one thing I've learned to release, and this is a little hippy dippy, I suppose, even though I kind of hate that phrase because what does that even mean? But I think I've learned to release the pressure on myself of every episode has to be the same quality from me. And I think that's because a combination of two things. One, learning that what you bring to something is enough, and also knowing that if maybe you're not having your best day and you don't feel your funniest, your most insightful, your most thoughtful, your most well-spoken, I have 2 co-hosts that can pick that up for me.
Yeah, and from personal experience, there are days where I've come like that, and then once we're in the groove of it, my mood is picked right back up talking with my friends.
Oh yeah, I'm always generally very cheered up after we record.
Both parts of that can be equally joyful because sometimes you're the one who stumbles on a tidbit that you can't wait to bring to the podcast. Like sometimes you figure out knock knock grandma's dead. But it's equally joyful to be surprised and delighted by your podcasting partners.
And if you're surprised and delighted by us, your podcast hosts, you should rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. We love hearing from you, your hot takes, your iced tea. You can go and leave us a review at Apple iTunes. That's great. You can also rate us on Spotify, which only allows you to do it if you're a real, true believer. You can also reach out to us like all these wonderful people did at podledom@gmail.com or our website, podledom.com.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you we also, we get personal DMs. We read 2 of them here. And most of the time, those are very nice. And I should have never, many cycles ago, made a joke about starting an OnlyFans because about once a week I get a request for it. Not happening. And I'm going to tell y'all, it wouldn't be good. I don't have a good mind for it. So, you're welcome.
A lot of work. A lot of work.
Oh my God.
I would have the laziest OnlyFans. It would just be like me sitting. I feel like I'd get really...
Here's some feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
But it would be foot content because then I can just take the photo while I'm sitting.
Yeah.
People on OnlyFans do epic stuff. They really do. I'm sorry. Sometimes I see an OnlyFans like preview clip and I'm like, this is a major motion picture.
Oh my God, the quality.
Yeah. You had to hire a camera person. You can find me anywhere at Yet Charming.
I'm on Instagram at Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
And my feet are fully clothed over on TikTok at JWCrumpOK.
And be sure to use the hashtag PodLEDOM and podcast OnlyFans. Fully clothed feet. Every time. No free feet. Every time you post about us.
Perfect.
So for PodLEDOM, I have been Lex Basile Price.
I'll be Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
Oh, Google Plus. JW Crump.
And we'll see you on top, darling.
PodLEDOM is not endorsed by America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks, 10x10 Entertainment, or any of their subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. America's Next Top Model and all names, pictures, and audio clips are registered trademarks and copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.